As we have seen in previous chapters, we can use images in HTML using the img element. This element must have two attributes. The first one is the src attribute that controls the URL of the image, which is this one. The second is the alt attribute that provides an alternative text for the image in case the image is not displayed, which is this one. Additionally, we can use the alt attribute to provide accessibility to visually impaired people. Two attributes that are not required are height and width. We can use these attributes directly in the HTML. For example, I can set this image to 300 pixels width. Notice here that I'm not using XP, and the reason why is because if we use the width or height attribute, those attributes are actually expressing pixels. That's why you don't have to declare it. So if I save this and go to my Halloween store, you will see that the image got bigger. Also, I can set the width and the height values using CSS. So I'm gonna remove this value here, and I'm gonna save it and move to my products CSS. I'll go down a little bit, and here after this section part, I'm gonna type section, and I know because I have just one image, I'm gonna type img, and in this rule set, I'm gonna set the width to 500 pixels. So if I have this rule and then save it, my image is, so if I make this smaller a little bit, and then I inspect my element, I can see that the image has the image is 500 pixels width or wide. I'm gonna move this a little bit here again. I'm just gonna close this for a second. Also, other properties that I can control are floating, padding, and margins. Those must be controlled through the CSS. For example, I can float an image, or this particular image, I can float it to the left. So the paragraph below the image, following the natural flow of the document, will move to the right, as you saw. Also, I can set the margins of the image, so I create a space between the image and the text on the right. So to do that, I do margin, do right, and I do 30 pixels. Then you will see that the text move 30 pixels to the right. I can make again this image smaller and save it, and now you can see it better. Also, I can do the same thing with padding, so I can make the actual image bigger using padding. If I do padding 30xp, the image is bigger. So now I'm gonna move this a little bit so I can inspect the element, make this a little bit bigger. So now you can see, if I move this on the top, move this to the right, make this a little bit bigger. So now you can see that I have padding. I have 30 pixels adding as padding to the image, and I have a margin right of 30 pixels.